Andrew Callahan on the Pat's Interference podcast. I had to think about that for a moment. He said, certainly I like Drake Maye a lot better than Josh Allen as a prospect coming in. But that's definitely true. It kind of caught me off guard when I first heard it. But Allen coming into the league was what, the 7th pick?
Yeah.
The Bills moved up for him.
He was in a draft class where he wasn't the first quarterback taken.
Very raw prospect. So no, I think that is fair. Although just knowing what Allen is now, that caught me a little off guard.
No, but I also think people definitely have revisionist history if you thought Allen was good the whole time, because his rookie year and his second year, there was a lot of what Callahan was saying, chuck it in the third row, hitting wide receivers in the shoes, whatever. Like his first 2 years, he had an under 60% completion percentage, which in the modern NFL is real low.
So Josh Allen, in year 2, completed 59% of his passes, which actually was a massive increase from the year before when he was at 53. So he went up 6%.
No, but we saw it firsthand, right? We saw a handful of those games early on, and you're like, I'm not sure. Like, I don't think it was to the point where you're like, all right, he definitely won't do it. But you didn't think he was going to turn into consistent MVP candidate.
No, not at all.
They're one of the best quarterbacks in the league.
And in year 3, he was the runner-up for MVP.
Because he was a lot like Drake Maye in college. Went to an even smaller school, obviously, at Wyoming. But his second to last year, he was a lot better. He had, like, better players around him. He looked a lot better. Then he went back for one more year and didn't really have a great college year, similar to Drake Maye, right? His sophomore year, he was way better than his junior year. But he was still based off of, like, potential upside, physical abilities, all these things. But Baker Mayfield and Sam Darnold both got drafted ahead of Josh Allen.
Yep.
And obviously 2 quarterbacks get picked a bunch ahead of Drake Maye. So, no, I mean, if you just take rookie year to rookie year, you could say Drake Maye was slightly better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And looking at Josh Allen as a comp, and this is what I think is interesting from Andrew Callahan. Well, let's look at Drake Maye's year 2 numbers and what we're projecting versus what Josh Allen did in year 2. He's right. He basically cut the interceptions anyway in half. 3.8 interception percentage to 2.0 interception percentage. He went from 12 picks to 9 picks, but he played more games.
Yeah, way more passes.
In year 2. He threw for about 3,100 yards, 20 touchdowns, and 9 picks. Now, with Allen, and this is relevant with Drake Maye as well, he also ran for 500 yards and 9 touchdowns that year, which really, as a rookie, Allen ran way more than I thought. 631 and 8 touchdowns in 12 games.
Yeah.
That's monstrous.
Yeah, he had to. He didn't know what to do. He just would go.
But in year 2, there's some hidden yardage and production there with 500 yards and 9 more touchdowns. Because you might see 20 touchdowns and go, well, that's it. He ran for 9 on his own. But those numbers, honestly, are pretty pedestrian, and they're below some of even the projections we were talking about last week for Drake Maye on DraftKings, et cetera. Here's what I think Callahan leaves out. And I think a lot of people forget about this with Allen in year 2. The Bills won 10 games and made the playoffs. And even Allen's rookie year, they weren't that bad. He was 5-6 as a starter.
5 games.
And he started week 1 that year. I'm sorry. He started week 2. He played week 1 and started week 2.
Yeah, they started Nathan Peterman over him, right, for a game.
And they immediately regretted it. Allen missed some time because he was hurt as a rookie. But he started earlier than Maye. He won more than Maye as a rookie. And in year 2, he won 10 games. And this was not with Steph Diggs. Like, he went out there and won
year
with
3 with Steph Diggs. That's when he became an MVP candidate.
Smokey Brown and Cole Beasley and guys like this.
They're bad.
So that's what we're going to – if Drake Maye is going to put up 3,000 yards and 20 touchdowns, maybe run for some production here and there and cut his turnovers in half, the wins better follow. And that's what Callahan leaves out. If Maye has all those numbers and the Patriots are 6-11, 7-10, or, he misses a chunk of time in there and they lose when he's out there like they did a year ago, that's not going to be enough production-wise. No. If they're winning games like Josh Allen did, well, then fine, I'll sign off on it.
Well, one thing Josh Allen had going for him, though, was Brian Daboll was his offensive coordinator his rookie year. He was his offensive coordinator his second year. He was his offensive coordinator when Steph Diggs came in. He was there the second year. It was like he had that consistency going with him, which I give Daboll a lot of credit for that. And obviously, Diggs helps take him to a next level as far as like on the field and numbers wise, but he is a clear sign of like better, and then sort of has leveled off as now one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. But you wonder how much that consistency played a factor in him being as good as he is now. And if he was sort of changing around now, hopefully with the Patriots, Josh McDaniels is Drake Maye's offensive coordinator for the next several years. Right. And you forget about the 1 year that you had Alex Van Pelt and you sort of take whatever you can and you kind of move on. And it's Vrabel and he has the same head coach. That's the other thing. Josh Allen's had the same head coach this whole time, so there's already more changes for Drake Maye than Josh Allen has had.
So, but Allen has had to deal with some changes, and he's dealt with that pretty well. Not at head coach, but certainly at coordinator. Since that, is he on his third coordinator now?
So I think he is now, but like he didn't get his second offensive coordinator until I think he was his 5th year, and that was the guy that was like on the staff. Like, so I don't know. Like he at least had already been established. He become a made 100%. Man, and then I was like, all right, you have somebody else to take over.
Do you think Allen is a fair comp for Drake Maye, or should we just punt on that? He's way too high end at this point in time. I saw the Twitch chat mentioning Herbert. We've talked about Herbert before. Like, is Allen even a fair comp for Drake Maye? That's what Callahan brought up.
So I think it is. Like, I think that's obviously high end because of what he's turned into. But if you look at coming out of college, it was Josh Allen and Justin Herbert were like the two names that got brought up a lot, sort of like just the physical attributes of those guys, and even some of the college stuff too. So yeah, I don't see why you'd run away from that. Like Herbert, in fact, was a much better rookie quarterback than Josh Allen was. But then Josh Allen has sort of passed him in like the high speed lane as far as like who's the better quarterback. So I think for a couple of years you can. I mean, Josh Allen didn't really break through until his 3rd year. So even Drake Maye, like this year, doesn't have to put up those kind of numbers. Like let's just see where he's going. But yeah, I think it'd be crazy to completely write it off. Like, oh, there's no chance. Like, let's give him a shot. There's real coaching, some better players around him. Just another year to be in the NFL. That year 1 to 2 jump should be one of the biggest that you can have. So, yeah, I think it's a fair comp.
Did year 2 Josh Allen have Stevie Johnson? You remember him from the Bills?
Yeah, he ate money sandwiches. There was a video of him literally eating money sandwiches. And you're like, what's a money sandwich? It was money, like currency, like paper dollar bills, inside of bread, and he chewed and ate it.
Look, when you have a lot of money, you can do that.
I don't think it's very healthy for you.
He had 3 consecutive 1,000-yard seasons
does that?
For Buffalo.
Steve Johnson?
I'm going to say
I
no.
hope not.
No.
I hope he's not doing that.
You know, I believe I've seen this on ESPN. I think Schefter breaking some news on Stevie Johnson at the time is the whole reason Bills Mafia, that phrasing, started on social media.
Really?
You can go read up on that.
Stevie Johnson?
Stevie Johnson,
7th round pick, wasn't he?
Stevie Johnson, yeah.
Kentucky?
I think he was Kentucky.
Yeah.
3 straight
in the streets.
3 straight 1,000-yard seasons from 2010 to 2012. He has not played in Buffalo since 2013.
Stevie Johnson was nice.
The answer is no.
Okay.
He is not.
Yeah.
Or he did not have it.
With Mike Vrabel and New England right now, unless it's not.
Jeremy Fowler, likewise, came out with his top 10 quarterbacks list. He's been doing all the various positions.
Yeah, this is based on all the GMs and scouts and stuff.
Scouts, executives, GMs. I believe the Patriots still only have 2 players now receiving votes. It was Kyle Duggar, and Hunter Henry was an honorable mention. Other than that, they don't have anybody at any of the positions, including quarterback today. It went Mahomes, Allen 2, Burrow 3, Jackson 4. What do you think of that real quick?
No.
Too low for Lamar.
Yeah, it's way too low for Lamar.
Lamar should absolutely be above Burrow.
Yeah.
And it's a debate whether or not he's above Allen. Do you
I think Mahomes kind of gets
has to be.
He kind of gets the benefit of the doubt to be number 1, but then I would probably go. I ended up flipping last year. Remember, we got into we debated the MVP. I'd probably go Lamar 2, then Josh Allen 3, then Burrow 4.
I certainly think it's a debate. I would stay on the Allen side of that debate. I think it's a debate. I'm with you on Mahomes. Just know, Fowler does this every year. Mahomes, a year ago, I think all but one executive voted for Mahomes as the number 1. This year, I think he only got about 60% of the vote. Yeah. So he has come back to the pack, if you will. Number 5, Jaden Daniels.
Ooh, not Hurts.
Not Hurts. In fact, Hurts is pretty low. The number 2 quarterback drafted in 2024 after Caleb Williams and, of course, before Drake Maye. I'm not surprised Daniels is on the list.
No, what's interesting about
Maye.
that is that they say he's already the best in the NFC, because the top 4 guys, obviously, in this
Good
conference.
point.
Yeah.
You hate Stafford, but Stafford is 6.
That's way too high.
Herbert is 7. Goff is 8.
Also
over Hurts and Baker Mayfield.
Baker Mayfield.
That's
So
stupid.
Hurts and Mayfield both should be higher.
Yes, agreed. That's your top 10. You get into the honorable mentions, Stroud and Jordan Love. Way too high for Jordan Love.
Yeah.
Stroud dropped out of the top 10. You get to also receiving votes. Kyler Murray, who we like.
Yeah.
Brock Purdy, who I like, you don't.
I don't.
Dak Prescott is 15. Dak Prescott, similarly, Nick just told me is number 75 on the
79.
NFL's 79. I'm sorry. On the NFL's top 100 player rankings.
2 years ago, he was great. So, he hits the rich rules.
That's a good point.
They were good 2-3 years ago. I'll take them.
Aaron Rodgers, 16. Tua at 17. The final player who received at least a vote out of 18 quarterbacks.
Bo Nix?
Bo
Hell
Nix.
yeah, Bo.
It's your guy.
He's great. He's a nice player. Makes the playoffs every year he plays.
So I don't have an issue with Jaden Daniels
Drop back, do it to the other team.
on the list over
That's
Drake
the man
Maye.
taking accountability right there.
18 quarterbacks received a vote, including 2 in Drake Maye's own draft class. Any thoughts on that?
Well, the 2 that got votes were the 2 guys that made the playoffs last year. Jaden Daniels obviously deserves it. He had an unbelievable year. You know me, I like Bo Nix, but they scrapped and grinded and got themselves to the playoffs. So if Drake Maye makes the playoffs this year, he'll be on that list next year. That's how I view that. Same thing with Caleb Williams. You didn't mention Caleb Williams, who was the top quarterback taken in that draft. If the Bears make the playoffs, he'll be on that list next year. We did our tiers for quarterbacks a few weeks back, and the third middle tier was the biggest, but it also had if you are the best player on that tier, you could have been argued all the way up to number 10. But if you were the worst player on that tier, you might be the 20th quarterback in the league. So there's a lot of guys kind of jump together, and one of the easy tiebreakers is going to be wins. If Drake Maye has more wins than Jordan Love, for example, I don't think it'll matter that Love has more touchdown passes. I think people will look at Maye and say, well, the Packers missed the playoffs, Patriots made it. Let's give Drake Maye some more credit. That's how it'll work.
So, look, that's been my stance all along. May better be on this list next year as opposed to this year, but I didn't really see Bo Nix getting votes on this list. And 18 quarterbacks got him. Drake Maye did not.